Right, Mr. Showers, you've probably done half a dozen documentaries. You've been in a couple of people's books, but you've never actually done your own until we finished yours today. So your book's going to be out this year, 2022. Why now? Why was the point now in your life where you thought, do you know what? I'm going to tell my side of the story.
Well, I felt it was a story that needed telling truthfully.
Yeah.
And after the fabrication of 1990 and it later being classified as a miscarriage of justice, even though I didn't win the appeal, I felt the story had to be told.
Yeah, we start the book off in Manchester Crown Court,
Yes, indeed.
and you've just been given 22 years.
42 years actually. It's 20 on the first charge, 20 on the second, 2 years for the fine, but to run concurrent. So it's 22 years.
Right. So, and the joke in Liverpool with the police and the authorities was,
The joke was, have you heard the news about the toxic weather? No showers for 20 years.
it's funny now, but it's not. It wasn't. I don't imagine it was funny. I mean, how you've just been given that many years on something you were completely innocent, and I mean, listen, the story's going to be put together well, and you've just blatantly been the big cheese. The media have you as Liverpool's Mr. Big, the godfather of Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's
A sobriquet which was given by Ken Oxford, the chief constable.
yeah. I mean, how does one live through something like that?
I think being black and born in Liverpool, it prepared me for this kind of thing, because being black in Liverpool in my day, in my youth, it was a horrible, horrible thing to have to live through.
Because I mean, we start off. I mean, the police were racist, so the people who you'd report these crimes to today in the 21st century, they were even worse.
Oh yeah, the first words out their mouth would, "Come here, you black bastard." There's nothing.
I mean, the title of the book basically sums that up. But what's the reason behind the title of the book?
The reason behind the title of the book is when, as black youth, we used to go to nightclubs, the bouncer would put his hand across the door and say, "Sorry, members only,
Yeah, when what he really means is
no blacks."
yeah. Yeah, it's staggering, really, isn't it? It wasn't even that long ago.
I mean, you still get it, but it's not as blatant
Yeah.
as it was.
Well, you get put in prison these days for it. It's zero tolerance, and rightly so. But when the authorities are actually, if someone reported that years ago, I mean, I remember years ago.
Well, you didn't report it because we took it as part of the course.
Yeah.
You didn't report it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll never forget. I was at a football match about 1989, and there were three brothers, Rod Wallace, Ray Wallace, and Danny Wallace, and the abuse they got, and it was just normal. It was just, and that was 1989.
Oh yeah, I remember as a kid when I used to go to Anfield, and one of the chants used to be, "If you're standing by a nigger, clap your hands." And thousands of people had clapped their hands, and the police would just smile and laugh. It was nothing.
How did that make you feel as a young kid?
It made me feel horrible. I love my team,
Yeah.
still love my team, but it didn't make me feel nice going there and listening.
Was it something you got used to?
Something you did get used to.
And then when you were a young man, you'd kind of become a professional criminal. And then you and your brother, another incredibly notable name among the underworld, Delroy Showers, you just decided, you know what, I'm not going to have this anymore. And started fighting back.
We've always fought back. I mean, my first time in prison at 15 years of age was because of the word nigger.
Was it?
Yeah. We went to a dance hall and we were told, "Do you want niggers come up here dancing with our women?" The next week, 20 of us went, smashed the place up. But unfortunately, one guy got stabbed, and that was
Yeah.
it. And 5 of us went to Boston for it.
Yeah. So your book's going to be coming out this year, 2022. A long time coming. I mean, there was one point where you thought, I'm never doing a book. So all this you've got built up. And to be honest, I didn't know. Obviously, I'm very well aware of you and your brother, but I think the city of Liverpool, it's about putting your side across for the first time, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
How's it been for you, therapeutic? Has it been a bit of a release? Are you worried? Are you a bit scared?
Not really, because I mean, I've had the worst done to me, so this can be nothing.
I mean, you are aware that when this book comes out, it's going to make big waves in the ocean with the papers and documentaries and, but I mean, that's one thing. Obviously, Mike, I spent a bit of time with you now. Liverpool, I would never have had you as a massive football fan, because I spent a bit of time with Delroy. He hates football. Yeah, I mean, obviously John Barnes, he had a lot of racism years ago. But yeah, it's finally done. Michael Showers, members only. And, 4 prison sentences, 2 you were only guilty of. Certainly ups and downs in the book. A lot of loss.
A lot of loss.
Yeah. I mean,
Pain.
no money in the world can compensate you for...
No, nothing. You give me £100 million and I'd sooner have back those 26 years.
Yeah. No, do you know, Michael, it's been absolutely fantastic, and it's certainly my last true crime book for a long, long time. Well, until Neil Booth wants to do his side on Lee Duffy. But that's probably may never happen. But do you know what? It was just something. I've obviously got to know your brother Delroy for a number of years now, and the chance it was, because I'm moving into the football, I suppose, the boxers, the celebrities. But this was one I knew. I thought I must do this, and I personally think this will be the biggest true crime book I've done, because your story is unique. I mean this in the nicest possible way, when I don't think Liverpool has ever seen criminals like you and your brother. For 2 reasons. One, because of the way you are. You're certainly not, I mean, to quote your brother, I'm not your average darkie from Toxteth. That's what Delroy tells me. And even the police said, look, he's a guy who, they've got you down as this Al Capone of Liverpool, but he's very different, because he plays the piano, he speaks different languages, he listens to classical music, and he plays chess at a fantastic level. So that's not your average bank robber from Liverpool, is it?
No.
Yeah.
And we're black.
Yeah, it's not, it's really not. But you've been with a lot of people over the years, some very colourful, notorious names.
Oh yeah, train robbers, Reggie Cray, Richardsons,
Yeah.
Freddie Foreman. Leave them all.
Yeah.
Away with them all.
Yeah. Few serial killers as well. Dennis Nielsen, was it, in Full Sutton?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's going to be absolutely huge, and by no means, one of the good things if this book is, by no means are you glamorising anything. Yes, you want to get your point across, but I think you said to me earlier, you said if there's some readers out there who can not go down the wrong path and learn from my mistakes, doing a book will be worthwhile.
If it stops one person, it's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yeah, honestly, it's been. I mean, obviously, I knew your story. I was very well aware of your story. I've watched the documentaries, but you had wealth beyond anyone, any criminal figure from this city. I can't think of anyone, and maybe your one crime you were guilty of was you become too successful, and they had to get you on summit. Al Capone, I think 10 years for taxes, was it? They got Al Capone on tax evasion, and they had to get you on summit. And I think you just said to me a couple of minutes ago, you said if I was framed for the bank robberies or the cannabis, no one gives a shit. Peter would have said, "Oh, it's only Michael Showers. He's from Toxteth, and good on him. He'll buy us round of drinks in the pub." But it was the things that got you for. It was done for ultimate destruction on your name, wasn't it?
Because heroin is not acceptable.
No.
Cannabis, it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, a lot of the people in the city of Liverpool who know you and who know your brother knew that wasn't you.
A lot of people knew it was a fit-up.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
But the people, I think that's only in the city, and the people out there, I think this is a fantastic opportunity for you to get it out there, because this book's going to outlive you. But when your kids are around and your grandkids and the different generations of the city of Liverpool, there's a book there in your own words for the first time in black and white. So I think it was imperative you had to do it for your own legacy. But it's been fun. Some of the links. Listen, it's not all. You wearing the same, mate. And you've accepted that. And anyone who does 26 years in prison, in my opinion, is more than paid the debt of society. But in your criminal world, you had links with the Italian mafia. You were that big. So. But Michael, it's been an absolute pleasure. So Michael Showers, members only, will be released in this year, 2022, and I think it's going to be absolutely huge. I really, really do. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, Michael, to telling your life story.
Thank you for doing it.
No, absolute pleasure. So the book is going to be coming soon. Anyone who wants any more information on the Forthcoming project, if you give me a message on Twitter at JamieBoyle10 or at Facebook, Jamie Boyle Author. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to click and subscribe. God bless. Thanks a lot, Michael.